First of all, may I just say what a privilege it is to be, it's a real honor to be given this opportunity to see my friends in Japan with Japan Foundation and to express appreciation to Japan Foundation for all it has done to maintain exchanges over so many decades. And I guess as I think about this past year, honestly speaking, this has been a terrible year in so many ways. But for those of us who are very part of a university and part of Japanese studies in America, it has been quite shocking to see the slowdown and then the sudden termination of these very rich layers of exchanges that we have had between our two countries. It's been very hard to me, for me to see, for example, in the case of American students, their disappointment when they had planned to go to Japan. They were excited to go to Japan to study and learn about Japan, and then they had to give up their plan. And also in the case of scholars from Japan, Japanese scholars who were planning to come to Harvard or to other universities in the Boston area, and were planning to engage in collaborative activities or to build new friendships with scholars in their field, and they had to give up their plan. So I think that as far as affecting my activities, that the effect on exchanges has been a very, it really has changed my life a lot over the last year because I've been so involved in promoting those exchanges. For me personally, for so many decades, I have gone to Japan 3, 4, 5 times a year, sometimes more. And frankly, I miss my Japanese friends. This has been a year in which the very rich associations I've had with friends in Japan, it seems so far away, and I'm so much looking forward to resuming those relationships. But it has been lonely from that standpoint. But I will say, as far as how COVID has affected my activities, we have discovered that through telecommunications and digital technology, thinking particularly of Zoom as a resource, we have been able to have seminars that for the first time were truly trans-Pacific. Seminars that at Harvard that used on Japan, that used to have only 50 people attending, now have 100, 150, or 300 people. And they are in Seoul and Tokyo, San Francisco, New York, Washington. So there's been a rich new kind of experience. Well, I think in a way that this particular era, this period, when exchanges came to a sudden stop, that it's given us an opportunity to reflect on the meaning of personal exchanges. And frankly, for all the positive things about communicating via Zoom and other forms of digital technology, you realize how important it is to have actual face-to-face relationships with other people, particularly when you're connecting or working to connect with people across cultures. You need to spend time together, you need to laugh together, you need to share ideas and build that relationship. And I think many of us feel a renewed excitement about starting up exchanges again and keeping this and resuming this flow of people between the United States and Japan, who, in my view, are just, this flow is essential for supporting and undergirding US-Japan relations. And I do think that one thing we will find is when things normalize and the pandemic is under control, we will see a great new energy coming in to the idea of exchanges once again. There'll be great excitement among students to start traveling again and to go to Japan. So I think, and we'll see many Japanese scholars and visitors and researchers wanting to come to universities in America. And in that process, I look forward to that and playing a role in it. But also, I think Japan Foundation has a critical role in revitalizing this crucial type of activity that has bound our two nations.